Welcome back to Social Intercourse, everyone. We have Vicky here with us. Yay! She's back. She's back in the US now. So
In my messy ass office. It's got stuff
you've been gone
everywhere.
for a
My
while
trip.
and you probably got a lot of stuff
I have stacks.
unpacked. And I'm
Yeah.
doing my nails. Sorry, I have to multitask today. um, that's what's
That's what
going
women
on.
do though. They multitask, right? That's our magical talent, our
Is
ninja
it? I
skill.
can't multitask usually for the life of me.
Supposedly they say that women, because you have kids and a
Wait,
marriage and jobs and all that stuff,
we
we have to learn how to
multitask?
multitask.
You and I? No.
Well, in general, women, they say that's not us. We cannot single task.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't multitask. I have a hard time. Like, I have a hard time focusing on one thing as it is already. Um,
Yeah.
that's another
I mean,
topic. That's our ADHD topic because I can
yeah, I was
multitask
gonna
in
say.
different segments, not at
See,
once.
we're already going on another topic because we can't stay on topic.
My hair's all over the place. Um, also, people,
What?
I had a scar and I just got my
Mm,
stitches removed because I had a mole removed for a biopsy. Benign, all good. But my scar is jagged. So I feel like a pirate now.
as I say, it makes you gangsta. It makes you a badass.
It's so tiny though, but I'm so like I'm a pirate.
This one time, I dodged a sword and like the tip. I was fighting on deck and like the tip of the sword went right. I'm like, no, I don't know.
Right. So
Your
yeah,
pirate
today's
story.
topic. Let's get into today's topic. Today's
Why?
topic is about a trend that's been going on in the last few years, or I mean, I think it's always been, but it's
Well,
just
I was gonna say,
more.
according to Reddit, it's
Yeah,
always been there, but yeah.
it's more prevalent, and people just notice it more. But younger men want to date older women, and
Mm.
yeah, that Vicky found a thread on Reddit talking about it, and I saw it, and there's a lot of complaining about younger women, and I was like,
Yeah, basically the original OP says, "Hey, since I've been on these dating apps, I've noticed," and I think she's in her 40s. Can't remember.
mhm. She said she was like
She said
48.
she's 48 and she gets on a dating app. She gets a lot of messages from guys in their early 20s. I know they just want to hook up, but when I was younger, guys were not into older women. Cue the flood of comments below that say, "Oh, honey, we were always into older women. You just didn't know about it because either A, apps or the internet or whatever. But they were always into older women." And then there was a bunch of threads about them complaining about younger women, which we just ignored
Yeah,
because Rachel
which,
and I were like, this
I
has turned
think
into
it's
a bitch
true.
session about
I
women.
think men have always been, not all men, but,
Mm,
interested just as much as men, are younger women are interested in older men,
older
younger
men,
men
right?
are interested in older
Hmm.
women. It's just that
Agreed.
I don't think older women were as open to it,
Hmm.
um, because there was just a taboo to be
Right.
with a younger man. I mean,
Right,
look at the
because when
movie
you
The
get
Graduate.
older, you're no longer
Yeah,
a reproductive
yeah.
being.
Well,
So before, when women had to have children before this modern age, that was a big deal. Like that was a
yeah,
big reason to get married.
you're labeled a cougar, and that's
Well,
not,
that's
like, a
modern,
good
but
thing.
yeah,
Like, no, it's
yeah.
there's no name for a man, is there? A lion. He's a lion. I don't know, but that just sounds like.
Well, that makes sense because lions are lazy and just sit around while their wife goes out and gets the food. But
But, yeah, or,
no,
like,
there is no term, I don't think.
yeah,
No, there's a cradle robber, I guess, depending on how young they are.
yeah,
But I don't think
but
that's specific to men. That's just older people in general. So I guess an older woman could be a cougar and a cradle robber. So
I think of that movie, The Graduate, with, Dustin
Mrs.
Hoffman
Robinson.
and, Mrs. Robinson, and the way the movie went, like, it was just so wrong.
Yeah.
Because she was, like, basically taking advantage of him, and at the end,
Right.
he ends up with the young girl anyways or something.
Right. Right.
But there is a movie that was out recently, I just watched it on Netflix. Was it Netflix?
Mm,
With Anne Hathaway?
mm. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah. Where he's the pop star
Yeah,
guy
he's a
and
pop star. She's
Yeah.
40 and the guy's
Yeah.
24, and I
Yeah.
forget what the movie's called, it's, like, Closer to Me or something
Yeah.
like
Do you want me
that.
to look it up? Do you
Yeah,
care? Because
sure.
I got it. I
Cool.
have it in
I'll
my
watch it.
'Cause of
Okay,
course we
like,
watched it.
but, that was interesting to me,
Yeah.
because you had sent me that article or the thread, and then, like, a
Mhm.
week later, I saw that movie pop up on my, Netflix suggestions, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, it is a trend, I
What
guess."
is this?
I guess it is something, but it got me thinking, and I was doing, like, research as in watching a bunch of YouTube videos on relationship
Our favorite
experts.
research.
Yeah, men and just, like, looking up articles and, interviews, studies, whatever, and, many reasons for why men want to date older women,
Mhm.
and it's different in their 20s and in their 40s. So that's what they were saying, that there's, like, a trend. It's the 20s something look for women in their 40s and
Mhm.
50s, and then 30-year-olds, it's, like, maybe 10 years older than them, and then the 40-year-olds look for women in their, like, 50s to 60s or older, but
Really? 40-year-old men look for women in their
if they're into older women.
if there are no older women. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's usually around a 10-year gap?
10 so
10-year-old?
twenty-year-olds want 10 to 20,
Oh,
like,
they okay, so the
10
younger you are, the
plus.
bigger the gap is you like,
Yeah,
right?
because
Okay,
it's temporary. Both
right,
parties, like the 40-year-olds and the 20-year-olds, they know that they're not in it for a long-term relationship, that
right.
they're more there to just have meaningful, fun, like maybe few years together and have a
Mhm,
good
mhm,
time. But,
mhm.
there's the younger guys. So there was, one relationship expert who had surveyed and interviewed a bunch of men, younger men who are into older women and asked them why. And,
Uh-huh.
they're in their 20s. So they said, the sex drive is
Mhm,
the same for them and the women in their 40s.
mhm.
Um, no games, that women who are older, they don't play games. They just tell
I
you what
saw
they
that a
want.
lot too. They tell
Yeah.
you how they feel and what they want, and that's it. They're
Mhm.
not yeah, I saw that too.
Um, and then they said that there's what did he call it? When you can get out of something,
Like
at the
an
end.
escape
Escape
oh,
plan.
oh,
Yeah. There's an escape
yeah,
plan,
or
or
an out.
there's an he called it
Mhm.
something like an escape out or something, because they know at
Yeah.
the end when they're ready to have a family, they can tell the older woman, "I want a family," and they know that
I
the
want a
older
family,
woman
and you can't
is
give
gonna
that
be
to me.
like, "Alright," and they're not gonna be mad at you for wanting a family, so it just, like, it's like, "Alright, an easy out," like, that older one's gonna be like, "Okay,
Ah,
go
so
ahead,
it's a
take it."
built-in okay, it's a built-in
Yeah.
breakup that you don't have to
Yeah,
feel bad about.
um,
Hmm,
which,
interesting.
that was not all men think that way, but they were the 20-year-olds
The
that they
ones
were
that they'd
asking them.
surveyed. Mhm,
Yeah, they're
mhm,
like, "Yeah, in
mhm.
the back of my
Ouch.
mind, there is that." Because, they're gonna want children eventually,
Mhm,
they just
mhm.
don't want it in their 20s or early 30s, so,
Right,
and so they will
right.
date women who have grown children already or, can't have children, they're just like, "Yeah, it's fun,
Great,
it's
perfect.
easy, there's no pressure, you're
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
enjoying life," and then the men who are in their or older,
Mhm.
they want someone they want an uncomplicated relationship. They don't want to be with someone who wants children. They want women who have
Right.
already
Because they
raised
probably
children.
already have kids that they're
Yeah,
paying child support for, and they're
yeah,
paying, yeah,
and they don't
alimony, all
wanna
that shit.
date someone their age or younger who could possibly have more children
Right.
and have
Ding.
to go through all that. They want to be with someone older, to travel,
Mm.
to be just spend leisure because the older women are more established, their children are
Mhm,
grown or, they're just
mhm,
so they could just enjoy their times together. And
mhm.
they can actually grow old together because of the health-wise and maturity level.
Mhm.
Um,
But
you're actually
that's
gonna enjoy
women
together.
that's women their own age, though. That's not older women when you're right? For the older men that wanna travel and have that thing. They're not dating women that are, like, 20 years older than them. That's like a
Some of them
5-year age
are.
gap or something probably.
Some
Oh,
some of
really?
them are, yeah.
Oh,
That's what they were saying.
okay.
So they look for women who are, like,
Oh,
10, 15 plus years older than
oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if the 20-year-olds that are like, "Yay, no kids, I can play around and then get my out," if they grow into be the 40-year-olds that I see on dating apps that are like I want kids, and they're trying to get with all the younger girls because they've played for 20 years, and now they're like, "Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I need to have a family now."
so there was a thing that I was reading, it was about a like biologically how men who date younger women,
Mhm.
it's, like, good, it's meant to be that way because by that
Like
age when they're
nature.
older, they're already
Mhm.
established with career, money, and finances, and they're ready to settle down and have children, and so the
Mhm.
younger the woman, they're more at the reproductive age, and they can
Mhm.
have their children,
Mhm.
and younger men and older women is, like, the perfect biologically because their, sex drive is the same. So they were saying how,
Ah,
when people look at
interesting.
the older man and the younger woman, they think it's a sexual relationship, but it's really not. It's more biologically about reproducing and how the older woman, younger man is all about sex.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating to me. Huh.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
really
I
interesting.
speaking for us, the 2 of us, like, ours has definitely gotten a lot better and more than the older we
Yeah.
got.
No, so that's as women get older, it's you
So,
just get their sex drive gets more and more and
yeah,
more
what do you peak
increased.
at 30 or something, though? Like, it's still not fair,
No,
but,
they
you
said
know,
peak at oh, women peak at what?
yeah,
No,
30?
they said
Men
40s.
peak at 18 and women peak at 30? No?
40s.
That
Women peak at 40s.
Oh, because we're getting older now? Is that why?
I don't know what it is, but it's something they say it's 40s.
You keep doing this,
That's
I
what
feel
I
like you're
read.
like I
I
feel
know
like
'cause
I
I'm
have
like,
the vapors.
trying
I
not
declare.
I declare. But
Sorry.
yeah, I found that really
That is
interesting.
fascinating.
Yeah,
Mm.
and
So I
then
think, like, what we were kinda, like, getting at is that, people should just get over the stereotypes because there's one, the older men and younger women is seen as fine, but the flip side is not seen as fine, and why not?
mhm,
Why do people have a hang up with that? Why do people give you shit for dating someone younger and call
right.
you a cougar and whatever else? Like, why does that even matter? Why is that a thing? People
Exactly,
should
but I
just
think
get
that's
over
why
it.
people are seeing it more now, why there's movies more,
Mm,
because women who are older now are like, "Fuck
they just
this.
don't
I
care.
don't care what
Right.
you care or what you think.
All right.
Date younger.
All
I'm
right.
done with this whole, like, feeling, like, embarrassed or, like, I can't
Oh,
or not, I
yeah.
shouldn't or a younger guy's not gonna want me. They want
Mhm.
F that. I'm going for the younger
Right.
man."
Why
And
not?
yeah, and so it was, I think, um, always there, the interest from younger men.
Mhm.
The older women just were not as open to it, but now women are like, I'm
It'll
here."
be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see now that things are changing a little bit. We're seeing more of it. If it's gonna be now more of a longer term relationship than just the I have my out when I decide,
Mhm.
when I decide I'm
Which
done, I got my out. I wonder if, because
a lo
I send you a couple things with some Korean celebrities that were
Mhm.
marrying younger men, and I see that a lot over there more than I see here.
Which
I
is
think
so
it's still just
strange
the
to me
same.
'cause
Yeah, right? Because 'Cause they're so
yeah.
age obsessed there.
Um, but I did read a lot of comments on these, like, videos that I was reading where
Mhm.
men who are younger married older, and they were in their 20s and 30s when they met their partners who were, like, 19, 20 years older than them, and
Yeah.
they actually marry them and have children with some of them. They take on their children or they actually have children together.
Mhm.
So it's happening more and more. People are getting married and having
Yeah. Well,
the
Hugh
long-term
Jackman
relationship.
married that Deborah Furness. She was like 20 years older, and I think they adopted their kids though, but they adopted some kids
Was
and
she
had a family.
20
They're
years older than
together.
them?
I think
I
so,
thought he was only,
right?
like,
That's what
12, but
well, maybe not. Maybe she
I
I
don't
love
know.
her. I adore her, but she does look older, so maybe I'm getting it messed up in my head. Hold on, let me look. Talk
Mm,
amongst yourselves.
there I was also watching something else. People were, like, kinda giving Keanu Reeves, like, "Ooh, there's a man who's, like,"
Oh, no!
because he was no, they were saying, "Well, look, there's a Hollywood man who's dating someone who's older than him because she has gray hair." She's actually 9 years younger than him.
Right, and he's got gray hair. He
Yeah.
discolors it because I've seen
She
it.
just
Yeah, exactly.
embraces her gray hair, but people are like,
Yeah,
"Oh, she's so old. He's dating
yeah.
an old lady." But, props to him for, dating someone old, 'cause people
Like he gets an award. "Oh, look at him. He's taking pity on her, and he's giving her, he's giving her a relationship because
that
poor thing, she
yeah,
should just be, grateful." Like, the fuck?
I was. Yeah.
Maybe he's grateful because she's not a psycho or I like
But they have that nice 9-year gap.
yeah, it's 9 years.
they work well together. So,
Mm.
um,
I'm still
so
looking at few documents,
I'm
sorry.
like, "Wait a minute. I have dated younger."
Hold on, let me find this out before we go to that topic, because I know what you're gonna say. Okay, he's born in 1968. She was born, mm,
Are you gonna make us do math?
1955.
Are you gonna make I'm not doing the math, you do the
13
math.
years.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was
So,
12,
I mean,
13.
that's not 20, it's not yeah.
Mm,
But, 13
um,
years isn't anything to sneeze at either, but okay,
no.
sorry. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead, move on to the
Well,
next
what
topic.
what am I gonna say, mind reader?
I dated younger men, and it's never really worked out because
No, that's not what I
they've
was
been
gonna
too
say.
immature.
No.
They've been too immature.
I
No?
I I dated younger, um, and I'm trying to think what's significant. People are saying, "Oh, significantly younger." They think anything 10 years and more is significantly younger. So even up to 10 years,
Is
people are like,
10
"That's
the
not."
cutoff? Okay.
That's
Okay.
what significantly younger
People
is,
seem to
10 to
okay.
15 plus.
Okay.
But, I mean, I never dated anyone 10 years younger, but, close to that.
Mm,
And I thought that, "Oh gosh, there's gonna be such a difference, it's gonna feel different." Never crossed my mind that we had an age gap.
mhm.
It was just like, "Oh, okay, this works. This is
Yeah,
fine. I'm
yeah.
just as immature." And
Right. We have other issues that have nothing to do with age.
yeah, no, there were issues I had now, there were differences, some things that do come into play with age, but,
Sure.
um, it was more, yeah, personality and stuff like that, but I was
Mm,
like,
mm.
"Oh, okay, younger." Now I'm thinking, because I always had a cutoff, like, I'll do 7 years older than me and 7 years up to 7 years younger than me.
You had an arbitrary age. Mm.
Yeah, but maybe expand it a little more. Maybe I try.
As our pool dries up, we're gonna expand it a little bit more.
Maybe, I don't
Jigger on the
know.
edges. Uh, it's interesting, I wonder what romance or couples would be like if we never knew each other's ages, or, if you just don't have an age.
Right?
Sounds like an esoteric topic, but, like, what if you never kept track of your age and you're all like, "Oh, well, I don't know, I've been around for a while." Or you're like, what if age was never a factor? What would it be
What would
like?
that be like? That would be
Yeah. Because there's a lot of dating shows
yeah.
in Korea where they have these, like 3 girls and 3 guys, and they live in a house together. And like, so the first 24 hours, they're not allowed to talk about their occupation or their age.
Oh, right,
And
right.
right, or their income, which is like the big 3 for over there, right? So they're not allowed to talk about that for the first, I think it's 48 hours, 24 or 48 hours. And it's interesting to see who gravitates to who and who is,
Mm.
meet up with who, and
Yeah,
then after they have, like, this big reveal on the 3rd day where they go, "Oh, hi, like, I'm a ballerina and I'm, 22, and I," or, "Hi, I'm," you
yeah,
know,
that's a lot of Korean
whatever, and
dating
then they
shows.
switch. Yeah, and then they go, "Oh, I didn't know she was that age," or, "I didn't know he did this," and then you can see them, like, subtly changing who they're
Mhm.
with, and I'm like, "Interesting."
Yeah, it is interesting. Um,
Society gets into it.
I tried to think about when we were even younger, like in high school, middle school, high school,
Mhm,
let's say
mhm.
high school. Um, I would have never dated somebody younger than me. Never.
Younger
'Cause,
or
like
no?
no. 'Cause it's okay for, like, a high school senior who's, like, 17, 18 to date a high school
Uh-huh.
freshman who's, like,
Yeah.
14. But
You
if
mean
you're
a
a high
guy or
school
a girl?
guy dating a
Guy, right,
female. But if
right.
you're a high school female senior, you would
Uh-huh.
never date a freshman boy because
Right.
they're boys. They're little they look
Well, not just that, but, like, the societal pressure or the pressure
Yeah.
of your peer pressure would never
Mhm.
let you get so much crap from your friends,
Oh,
it would
yeah.
never
I mean,
yeah.
I did have friends in high school who dated, guys that were a year younger, and,
Uh-huh.
like, the amount of, yeah,
crap they got for
shit
it.
they got.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, it's not
Yeah.
even a complete year. It's like
Right.
maybe 6, 7 months, but like,
Right.
don't make a big deal out of the year." Um,
That's funny. Yeah, and I dated a guy in college when I was in high school, and it was fine. Why is that fine?
right.
But
Wait,
was
you were in college and he was in high school?
opposite. But I'm
Okay.
just saying it's
Yeah.
fine when the guy's older and dating
Mhm.
backwards, like you said. If you're a high school senior and you're dating a freshman as a
Yeah.
guy, it's fine.
Right. My
But
when I
yeah,
was 16, my boyfriend was in college, so
yeah. So
and that's
that's
like,
perfectly normal, but the
"Is
other way
that
around is like,
okay?"
nope. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Well, I mean, if you were under 17, it probably wasn't okay, but, depending on what you were doing.
Yeah, no,
Um,
he wasn't to 21 and over, but
okay.
but, it's like, yeah, if I was in college, I wouldn't date a high school boy. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And I thought about that. It's because, well, a 14-year-old boy looks like a 14-year-old boy.
Well, so does a 14-year-old girl. It's not like you have boobs
Yes,
or
but
anything yet.
they do the
Well,
make
some
they
do, I
have
guess.
makeup, and girls do develop faster. They start to all of a sudden look
Mm.
like, a woman. They got boobs and they got, stuff.
Some do, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like the majority do. But like the majority of boys at 14
Don't have a penis?
look like, no, they just
I'm
look
just
like,
kidding.
a 14-year-old kid. And then, as they start like
Uh,
getting into like working out or like getting
yeah,
muscles and their
sports
body
or
changes,
whatever.
but it
Mhm,
takes it
mhm,
a little bit longer, I think.
mm.
So,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
interesting how it doesn't make a lot. My grandfather, had a girlfriend that he met in church, and she was older than him. I think they were in their 80s. She was, like, close to 90, and he was, like, 80, somewhere in there. And he just was tickled to death. He just thought that that was, like, the greatest thing ever, and, he was just gaga over her and just thought it was so cute that he had an older girlfriend. He was it was just like that was the thing that he loved about her.
She
Not
was
really, but
older.
I mean, he just was tickled to death over it. He was just so excited. And she loved having a younger man, and, they were adorable, but yeah,
Yeah.
at
I
some
mean,
point, there's some cutoff where I guess it's after college when you don't have that peer pressure or whatever, or you don't have people's bodies developed to the point where you're like, "Okay, we're all on the same level playing field now.
mhm.
Everything's legal, everything's
But it is
everything is."
changing. I have had, you know, nieces, nephews, friends,
Mm.
kids tell me like their friends are dating somebody and it's a girl dating a younger guy, like 2 to 3 years younger than them in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's okay. It's
wow.
fine. Because even the boys now are starting to like work out more and mature, like at a
Yeah,
younger
yeah,
age.
yeah,
They're getting,
yeah.
more into their self
Interesting.
care and looks and whatever.
Uh,
Um,
what if you're an LGBTQ couple? How does that work? Who gets to decide who gets to be the older and the younger? And if it's not the male-female relationship, like if you're in high school and you're dating a guy and you're another guy, like there can be an age gap and no one would care, right?
well, okay, there's that actress, those 2 actresses.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh,
She's on
shoot.
American Horror Story.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
She
God.
and her
Always
girlfriend, are
her
they
name.
married? Partner, they've
They're
been
married now, I
together
think.
for a long time, and they have a very big age
Yeah.
gap. Did
Yeah,
anyone
it's
think
like
weirdly
25
of
years or
that?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone thought anything of that age gap
No.
as
Well,
much.
as much? Probably not, but I have seen articles where they bring up the age gap, but,
Mhm.
um, I think it's because it's significant.
It's a significant age gap, yeah.
It's over the 10. But yeah, they could care less, honestly, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting that it must be a different it's gotta be a different dynamic. I mean, I'm thinking about my gay besties, and I don't think that's ever come up, whether they date older or younger, or it's more like what kind of if they prefer twinks or bears or all that kind of stuff. It's like what physically they like more than the
Mhm.
age. I don't
Yeah.
really,
Well,
um
now there is I know, some of my friends who are in LGBT community, a lot of them don't want to date younger.
oh, uh-huh.
Um,
Well, someone has to.
Well, yeah.
Everybody just
They
hooks up with
they
same age
wanted
and that's it? That's all you
they
got? You
wanna
got
date
same age.
younger, but, I never asked them why. I'm gonna have to call up every one of my friends
Right?
who don't wanna date younger. Um,
And ask.
I feel like they said it has something to do with the maturity level of the females. The games
Mm.
maybe that the
Mhm.
young
Mhm.
females want to play,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
which again goes to why younger men want to date older women is the games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, they love the confidence of an older
Mhm.
woman.
Mhm.
What else was there? There was, oh, the older women are more established and help them as a man starting in their career to grow and develop.
Yeah, I
Um,
think there's a certain level of, like, I don't wanna say teaching, but kind of almost, like,
mhm.
mentoring them in life a little bit.
So there was a video of couples being interviewed with age gaps, and the woman's older.
Mhm.
And one guy said, "Yeah, you're like a mentor." She's like, "A mentor?"
She's like, "Oh, great. It's just what I
But
wanted to
they're
hear."
married, and, they're like
Yeah.
she's like, "Yeah, I made you into the perfect man."
Right? Exactly. Like, I don't mind molding you because at least I know I can make you into something I want rather than getting one that's already all effed up and stuck in
Mhm.
their ways. Like, I can't fix that. I can
Yeah.
fix this guy.
So,
I mean, I've actually, honestly, if I'm honest with myself, I've thought about that. Like,
molding a man to your perfect.
yeah, that you can, kind of teach them how to do certain things the way that they should be done and la 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 la. And that when I've dated older men, it's kind of like, they're set in their ways. I'm probably set in my ways too, but I
Yeah.
mean, they're really set in their ways. Like the
I mean,
ego is like
I wouldn't mind
cement.
help guiding and supporting a younger man to become their fullest potential, but
But
I
you don't want
would
to be
do that with
right,
anybody. But
right. But you don't
I
want to be
don't
his
know.
mom.
I just don't have the energy to teach anybody anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a weird
To
thing. It's like I don't wanna
learn
take your place as your
myself.
mom or your teacher. Like, I still wanna be your girlfriend. I don't wanna be
Mhm.
I don't wanna be free help or whatever weird thing you've got going on in your head. Like,
Yeah, I just wanna have
but
fun,
right,
carefree, be childish, spirited.
because 'cause we're both mentally younger.
So,
We have not grown up.
I'm joking. I do wanna
I
I'm
know it says
mature.
Rachel's
Rachel is
mature, but that's a
mature, okay?
lie.
I'm mature, but I know how to have fun. So,
True.
but
So
yeah, so anyone watching, listening, men, please weigh in. Do you want to date older? Is
yeah.
it short-lived in your minds? Or is that wrong? Is there not an escape plan at the end? Do you want a long-term goal to marry someone who's older? And
Or do you
women,
just not carry the way? Yeah.
yeah. And women who are listening in, if you're older and you're like on the fence about dating younger, go
Mhm.
for it. Who cares?
That's
Enjoy.
right. This is yes. Pave the way for other women.
Just do
Be
it.
a trailblazer.
Any last thoughts, Vicky?
No, just comment, please, in a nice way. We never get any comments, and we know you're thinking and you're watching, and yeah, but please be nice. Don't just comment about how weird I am that I blink all the time. Just like a
I don't
topic
care.
related, please.
You can I was like, "Why is that girl doing her nails on here?" Like, whatever. And she can't even touch her hair. I'm just like, "Okay, well, 'cause I got stuff to
Uh,
do, okay?"
yeah, we
So,
got shit to do. We gotta multitask.
like,
No,
yeah.
no, my final thoughts is just date who you want and don't care what other people think. They can go jump off a cliff.
Perfect ending. All right. I've got the ending today. Bye, everybody. See you next week.